the second meeting that we've had. So we did 6-on-6 the other night, and we'll do transition tonight. So same kind of concept. Just going to run through some things. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat, or what you call it, just like interrupt if you see something, and we'll go from there. Okay. Doug's gone. Awesome. Anytime. All right, here we go. So you're going to have either fast transitions or slow transitions. And obviously the fast transitions are going to be the thing that's going to be more of a pain in the ass than the slow transitions. But regardless, with a transition comes new responsibilities. Okay, so the old trail / new lead, all right, if he was hanging out, he or she's hanging out right here, okay, that person in a transition, your main responsibility is the goal line, the far side goal line. So that's your responsibility. If there's a transition, there's a change of possession, okay, you are, as my cursor, all right, you've got to get to the goal. Now, if it's a slow transition, okay, you could back out to here. If we're doing two-man, kind of back out, use the restraining line and the sideline as in your periphery to kind of like backpedal to here and then go in. If it is a fast transition, you're not going to have that kind of time. So you're busting your butt kind of almost in a banana curl to get in there. All right, because you don't want to be inside of the play. All right, but if you're remember, you're hanging out here. So if it's a slow transition, you can backpedal, then come in. Okay. Or you're busting your ass to get here. All right. Same kind of concept if you're over here. Once again, you're using these lines as kind of guideposts to where to go and then come in. And that's for two-man. All right. The old lead, new trail. All right. You're more often than not, you're going to be blowing the play in. Okay. And you're not rushing up the field. Okay, you should be however fast they're going up the field, you should be like a step or two slower. So if this requires you to walk up for a little bit, that's fine. If you can jog up and still be a step or two slower, that's fine. You don't want to be equal. You want to be like a little bit behind the ball. Okay, so you don't want to get ahead of the play. If this is the ball carrier, you don't want to be ahead of it. All right, so take your time coming up. All right, if they're moving fast, okay, you're jogging up. If they're moving slow, it's like a walk or a slow jog. Okay. We always say like fast lead versus slow trail. All right, because remember, as trail, you're more often than not, you're counting. Okay. We count forward. All right. I don't care about who's behind the line. I care about who's over the line. And to that end, all right, this is where having some knowledge of the game helps you out. In a clear, in a settled clear, wherever the ball is, ball's over here, it's this guy, this person's responsibility over here to stay on sides. So if I am the trail and I'm hanging out here, the ball's here, I'm giving a quick look to see where this guy is over here, because I know when he steps over. If this guy's over too, probably going to be offsides. Okay, so you want to always, when you're counting, because I know this guy's over, he doesn't have to be the first one I count. My immediate look is far side, and I count. Oops, sorry. And I count from this area down. All right. As you get more experienced, okay, clears are transactional. So if you can, make sure you got your 3 attack and your 3 defense down here. So you have that 3 and 3 number in your head. And then once again, this is going to take a while, but the more experience you get, the slower things will seem, as you've seen it all happen. And then you can like, it's all transactional. So I've got this is the 4th guy, there's the 5th guy, okay, and you can have that running tally in your head. That's going to take a while though. All right, but my suggestion is, I know that this guy's running over with the ball. I know he's over. I want to start counting far side midfield and then down, because that's where, if there's going to be offsides, it's going to be over here, because that's the person that goofed. Okay, Doug, you got anything you want to add here?
No, that's pretty much the right stuff. As the lead, you also want to keep a count in your head as well. I know that the attacker will be there, and as you're coming down, I kind of watch the ball coming up, and you can kind of look and see your own count as well. Just make sure you're both kind of checking.
Yeah, and when you get more experienced, you're able to do that. Like, your first responsibility is the goal.
True.
So bust your ass to get down there. And then when you get more comfortable, like in your skin as a referee, then you're going to be able to start picking up the counts. And more often than not, you might be able to get the offsides even before the trail does, just because you have more of a wide angle lens, depending. Okay, but that's good stuff. All right, clearing counts. Okay, we've got to know all of these. All right, MIAA throughout is the 80-second shot clock. So that means you've got 20 seconds to get it over, and the ball just has to be over the midfield. Okay, within the first 20 seconds. That's all MIAA. Fresh, soft, JV, varsity. Okay. Federation is 20 and 10. So 20 to get it over, and then 10 seconds once you have possession inside of, once you get possession over the midfield line, then you start the 10-second hand count. Okay. So we still need a timer. We still need that beeper. Okay, the 20-second beeper. As soon as that goes, that's when you start your count for the 10. That's federation. Okay.
Matt is in federation. Once they cross the midline, you start to count.
For federation, it's once you get possession over the midfield line.
Correct. Yeah.
So if the ball is, this is a good point. If the ball's rolling over and no one has possession, you're not counting. That's in federation. By the way, that's in federation. Federation. Okay. That's for high school ball. All right. I'm only counting once that team's got possession. I'm only doing that 10-second hand count once they have possession over midfield. Okay. Youth club, whatever they're calling it, the quintuple A's, the super duper elites, whatever they're going to have in the youth club leagues this year. They're going to do the NCAA 80-second shot clock. All right. That's only like the 8th graders. I guess the 2025s, I think it is. That's only that one subset. Okay. Everybody else for club is NCAA from 2017, the 30 seconds to get it in. Okay. Now, the difference between here is in NCAA, as soon as your 20-second beeper goes off, you start counting because it's 30 seconds to get it into the box.
And the trail does the count.
Correct. The trail has the count, the whole count. Whereas in Federation, if we're doing 2-man, the lead has the 20 seconds on the beeper, and the single has the 10 seconds for the hand count. Okay.
The trail has the 20 seconds.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Doug?
The trail has the beeper.
Yeah.
The lead doesn't count.
Yeah, the trail has the beeper.
Yeah, you said the lead had the beeper. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. The trail has the beeper, and then the lead has the 10. Okay. And then the only one for the youth rec that's going to do the 20 and 10 are the juniors, and then the midget level for the last 2 minutes of the game, they do the counts. But those are the counts that we need to know. All right. Any questions about counts or differences between Federation and NCAA before we go on? And that's one of those things where, like, it always helps just to talk to your partner. Like, all right, by the way, we're doing Federate, like, we're doing NCAA, right? Like 27, like, so this is youth club, 30 seconds. Just, say that out loud, before the game, just to, like, get your mind on straight. Because there's a lot. I mean, there's 4 different sets of rules that we're doing here.
Matt, I also like to point out it's good for the lead not put his beeper on from the 2010, because then you might have 2 different beeps go off. Let the trail that the lead do not click your timer for the lead.
Correct. So we don't want to have 2 different beepers going off. So when we're doing 2-man, when you're doing either NCAA or Federation, so the NCAA 2017. So if you're using a timer, only the trail has the timer. Okay? Only the trail has the timer. All right? Good point. All right. We talked about the principle of advantage, disadvantage. Okay? So over and back. Over and back only happens once the ball is touched in to the box for the old Federation and NCAA 2017. Okay. If over and back happens, just kill it right away. The only time, just kill it right away. There's a 99 out of 100. There's a 1 out of 100% chance that the attackman's going to get the ball and there's no one within 10 yards of them. Okay. That is the only time that you would have a play on. Okay. 99 out of 100 times, kill it immediately, because you don't just kill it, get it to the team that's supposed to get it, and then ideally what happens is the guy that's the new trail blows it in. That doesn't always happen, but ideally that's what happens. Okay. If you have a flag down, okay, in a transition, throw it high and throw it where you're going to go too. All right. Don't be the guy that like throws it, like at like when you're the trail and then have to run 50 yards back to get it. All right. Throw it to where you're going to go. Okay. Make sure you yell flag down multiple times so that everyone is on the same page. Okay. But, especially if you're the trail, throw it to where you're going. Okay. Anticipate the play. This is what I'm talking about with, rides and clears. The more you become familiar with the lacrosse, the more you'll be familiar with, looking across to the far side, seeing if that clear and midi stays on sides. Okay. Also, anticipate, if there's a scrum, if you're the trail, there's a scrum. Okay. Scooch, a little bit closer to the midfield, because if the defense picks up the ball, you've got to get to the goal. And I'll show you a video example of that, of just a god awful job of anticipating the play. Okay, so learn to remember, if you're the trail, it's easier for you to come in than it is for you to backpedal. So, it's okay to take a couple steps to give yourself a little more to give you a little more cushion to get to the far goal line. Clearly signal that the players touch the box. So when we're doing the NCAA, really hold up your hand. It's just like when you're speaking in public and you think you're speaking slowly and it still sounds fast. And when you're speaking in public, you've got to slow yourself down, like five or, to like 3/4 or not even 3/4 speed, like a third of a speed that you normally would talk. Same kind of concept here with your signals. Okay, hold it up for 2 seconds. And then, chop it in. Don't do the quick, hold it up and then touch it down. Okay, let everyone know that yes, you know what the hell's going on, and then that allows you. Okay, but hold it up. I mean, literally go in here like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Okay, don't do the quick chop.
Hey, Matt, what I like to do there too is if I'm the trail and see it chopped in, do it as well. So just to make sure everyone on the field wants to see it. The coach might not be looking that way. Just signal as a trail, it helps do it as well.
Yeah, it also helps that you can yell out he touched. That also helps out as well. Someone takes a timeout during clear, check for offsides immediately, especially if it's like a quick timeout. Just
panic.
Yeah, if someone's in a panic, something's happening. All right. So, and once again, count from the midfield down. Don't start counting by the goal. Count the kids that are closest to the box and work your way down. Okay. Now, if coach calls for a timeout, you say, Coach, you were offsides. Okay. He can't get that timeout anymore. All right. Because it took you a while to count. All right. If it's an NCAA, he can't get a timeout there because you're not allowed to stop. You're not allowed to call a timeout for a loose ball foul against you in the field of play. So you got to tell everyone to get back. All right. If it's federation, you can call a timeout. So you can say, hey, coach, you're going to be offside. You're offsides. You're going to lose the ball. Do you still want the timeout? He says, yes. Give him the timeout. The other team gets the ball. The other team's getting the ball regardless. All right. But you're like, coach, you're offsides. Do you still want the timeout? More often than not, they're going to say no. All right, fine. I need everybody out. Everybody get back. Okay, it's blue ball coming out. All right. Don't like if they're offsides, like just that's the protocol there. So there's a little NCAA can't call a timeout there. Federation, you can. You may not want to. After you say, hey, you're gonna be off, you're offsides here, by the way. Do you still want the timeout? Okay. Restarts. Controlled restarts.
Matt,
Okay. Yes,
I don't
sir.
want to go back too much, but if Federation, if they call a timeout when, like once they cross midfield, they get a fresh 10 to touch it in.
Yeah. Anytime they call a timeout, you get a fresh count.
I just want to point that in case they.
Okay. The only time that you don't get a fresh count is if it is a if we're doing the 60-second shot clock, which I don't think any of us are going to be doing for like this season. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, you get a fresh count wherever for that. Restarts. Okay. NCAA and Federation are now the same on restarts. Okay. NCAA and Federation are now the same with restarts. You can have you can have defenders within 5 yards of the ball, both NCAA and Federation. Okay, that was a new change last year. However, offensive players cannot be within 5 yards of each, have to be outside of 5 yards of each other if you're restarting. Okay, we can't start off with the hidden ball trick. Okay. Make sure the player's feet is set. Okay, don't let them sprint in. Okay. You can get the rolling stop, but it can't be a sprint. Okay. Also, let's make sure the ball's getting put back in play where it, where the violation occurred. So if it's an over and back, and I'll show you an example of this later, ball goes all the way down to the restraining line, throw it back up to midfield. Okay, they don't get to start it all the way down there. Okay. Signals from the lead are important for deep restarts. Okay, so that allows you to know that, yeah, I touched, or this was an illegal procedure or whatever. Like big, slow signals to let everybody know what the hell is happening. All right. Okay. Any questions about anything that I've just said or that Doug has said? Ooh, yeah. All right. Let's take a look at some videos here, some plays. So this is, I got the first two are 3-man, and then the rest is 2-man. Well, there's another 3-man in here. The 3-man just I put in there just to kind of show you. It's really easy to see like the proper counting, like how you should be counting. So what I'll do is I'll play the clip through like once or twice, and then we'll go through comments. All right, so if you stop it right here and look, so count from the box down. Don't start counting here. Count here because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you got count from the box down. All right. You didn't even see me counting there. So just ABC, always be counting. Always be counting. All right. You're counting players. Always, I like to count in pairs. I like to try and pair these guys up. So 2, 2. So I got 2, I got 3, 4. All right, so count in pairs as much as possible if you can. Okay. Another thing, always be counting, always look for short sticks for the defense. Like count 2, because you're only trying to find 2 short sticks. You find 2 short sticks, you're good. All right. All right. Now, once again, I got the ball coming up near side, or the ball's coming up on bench side here. Okay. This guy's over. And I got 7 over. 33, didn't do his job. Run it again. Look far side. Always look far side. Just to see.
That in the 3-man though, it's the single side that counts it, right?
Single side is the one that's doing the counting. But you know, the trail is backing them up. This is a lot easier to do in 3-man than in 2-man. But if we were just the trail here, if this was just 2-man, all right. You see me coming up right here. As soon as this guy crosses, I'm staring. I'm looking over here, real quick, just to see where he is. And they've got 7 over. And that's one of those ones where you can say word choice matters is really nice here. Coach, far side mini was over. All right, because then he'll then be pissed at the kid and not you, the coach. Far side guy wasn't over. All right, now this is 2-man. Don't do 3-man mechanics in a 2-man game. Look at it. He even well, I'll just run this through. This is why you don't do 3-man mechanics in a 2-man game. This is why I don't triple stamp and double stamp. His responsibility, he's got to get down to the goal line. Oop.
That's why initially you said chill out, like maybe by the screening line, keep a peek.
Yeah. Now you can even see he notices, oh, God love this person. All right, I think I know who this is, but he's like, all right, I'm right on the midfield line. I got this offsides down pat. All right. The problem is that offsides is great and all, but his main responsibility is the goal, that new goal. You got it. Don't do this. All right. Get to your goal line.
Yeah, because you're in trouble there.
Yeah, that's no good. All right, here's another one. God, South Carroll's Field. Good God. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Anticipate the play. All right. 2-man game. You should not be even with this play. Okay. Because once again, I have got to be worried about getting to the goal line. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be hedging even more on a crappy field like this. Because I do not want to have to sprint on this field. This is a freaking twisted ankle waiting to happen. At no point would I backpedal on this field, guys. You're jogging with your head turned on your shoulder. If you're trying, do not backpedal on these fields. If it's turf, backpedal if you can. All right, but this is this is not ideal.
No.
Okay. Where this is like a nice Sunday stroll. Oh, hey,
help.
that's awful. That's why you got to hedge your bets a little bit there. We'll go back to that. This is where like you should already be, hedging over the midfield line, because that helps you if it's over and back. All right, if the offense causes to go backwards, that's over and back. But also
anticipate that too. Like you said, get yourself to midfield at least at the start.
And the more games you do, the better you will be at anticipating the play. And hopefully moving a lot better than this. All right, this is a 2-man. So we got over and back. Okay, this is a great restart on the over and back here. Notice how I said like the ball goes all the way down here. All right, the lead jogs down. We throw it back up and we blow it in. All right. That was a really good job. Yeah, let's go back to that. So these are quick. All right. Kill it right away, which is what we do here. God, it must have been cold that night. Jesus, you can just tell it's cold. But yeah, we're going to restart it up top. Make sure he has the ball on his stick when you restart. But yeah.
That's a point too. The coach is always going to be screaming he wants a fast restart. Don't get baited by that. Wait till everything's set and ready to go.
Yeah. Like we talked about this last time, like the restarts, that's where we can control things. We don't have to restart with our pants on fire there. All right, so here's one. Okay, this is 3-man. And so what happens here is in 3-man, just so that we all know, hold on. Nice! Lights! Thank you. My son just turned the lights off in the basement. That was fantastic. Just in 3-man, there's the trail who's over here. So there's a single, the lead. The trail that's over here, he has the sideline. That's why he's standing there. But so we're going to have a shot that goes out of bounds. White's going to get it. You can't have a running restart. Like, look, that guy is sprinting. That is not ideal. That was an awful shot, too. Good God. Awful. All right, look at this here. Let me.
And if you're the trail making that call, if you do the 3-man, run up a little bit so you're closer to it.
Yeah.
Read.
Yeah. Let yourself be known. That's one of those ones where you do the multi-tweet, the beep 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 beep. Get your ass back. Like, just go back there. All right. Feet have to be set. That is like shot out of a cannon. Then talk to 13 about shooting overhand. Push-pull motion. That was just awful. What do we got?
Yeah, in this case, you make him redo it, right?
Yeah, you're making him redo it. You don't. It's not like, well, he got me. All right. No, make him redo it. That's where you do. Like I said, you have to have different, like whistles in your bag, so to speak. So this would be the, like the like, no, like go back. All right.
If he does it all the time,
They try.
Yeah, it's just like, if you want to, you could say that that would be an illegal procedure for doing the same thing over and over again, that illegally. All right.
okay.
I doubt it's going to get to that point. All right. In fact, I wouldn't call that unless like it happens like just every time. All right. But like,
Okay.
just tell them to get back. All right. I even, one of the things that I love to say, like, because face-off guys, after a face-off violation, they're going to like want to sprint off with the ball. All right. I literally, like, that's like the one thing, the main thing I say, I was like, listen, if there's a violation, you get the ball. All right. Do not move. Right. Wait for my whistle. All right. Because, and I say this every time, I'll say, listen, I'm going to let you, if you start sprinting, I'm going to let you run for about 10, 15 yards. Then I'm going to passive aggressively blow my whistle and bring you back.
Right.
Okay. Wait for the whistle. All right. So yeah, do not, it's like when when I'm like teaching, Fourth Amendment stuff to my Gov students. Like, I say like, if a policeman asks like, can I search your bag? You say, no, get a warrant. All right. They're not going to like let you go. It's like, ah, well, you got me. All right. No, that you stay there and you get the warrant, whatever. But like, same thing here. Like, you see somebody sprinting or someone starting, like, ball goes like out here by the pylon. You restart here. Like, no, tell him to get his ass over here. Okay. All right. Any other clips? I like the positioning by the trail here. So this isn't a scrimmage. Trail is right there. Now, a couple things here. Or actually, let me just play this through. Sorry. I said I would play him through, and I'm not playing him through. That's a scrimmage. I'd like for us to move a little bit faster than that, obviously, on the restart. But one thing that we'll notice here, oh, damn it. If we take a look at this play, the ball initially doesn't go over. The defender bats it back, which he is legally allowed to do. He is contacted from the front and is pushed. That's a legal play. He was pushed over. Okay, he wasn't pushed from behind. We do that, a little. Okay. He got hit from the front, from the side, up, causes him to go over, which is a violation. Okay. So that form of positioning was good. This positioning to get down there, awful. But all right. For the record, a PH player played the national anthem on the trombone for the pregame. Oh my God! Did his lips freeze to the trombone? Good God. That must have been freezing. Any questions about any of the videos that we showed? Like anything that we talked about?
Yeah, Matt, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
what you got?
Just two quick ones. Sorry, my audio cut out. On the restarts, did you say Federation is now the same as NCAA?
Correct.
Okay. And then
that changed last year.
And then just the second one, wrapping my head around the 20 and 10 for Federation.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying if the ball is past the midfield line in the 20, no matter what, the 10 does not start until possession is gained.
Correct.
Great. That's all I need.
Correct. That's a good question. Other questions?
Hey, Matt, Julie's here. Just want to verify the rationale for counting from the box down. I may have missed it.
So the reason why I'm counting from the box down is that's where those are the kids that are getting away from the crime, so to speak. So if I count from the box down, those are the ones that are like, by the time I finish counting, they would have left if I had started at the bottom, because you want to catch them with 7 over if they actually have it. So the easiest way to do that is to count. So I'll go back to, so like for instance, like in this, so like right now, all right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I start counting here, this player might have already made it to the box and I would have missed them. If I start counting from here down, I get those guys as they're leaving the field. Does that make sense, Julius?
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
All right. So that's the rationale. And then if we go to this next one, the rationale here is that I know when this guy, if we're just doing 2-man, if I'm here or whatever, I know that this kid's over as soon as he steps over. If I'm going to start counting with this guy, because I know he's 1, so this guy, I'd come over right here immediately and look over here. Oh, that's 2. And then I go down. All right. So because it's his responsibility in most clears, actually pretty much all clears, it's this guy's responsibility. The far side mid is supposed to stay back here to let him run over if necessary. So that's why you always want to look far side and start counting, far side and down to catch it if it happens. Okay. Any other questions? All right. I got like a quick little 5-question quiz. I'll put that in the chat right now. Jesus. Nope. Good God. I hate teams. All right. Hopefully that copied. All right. The link for the thing is in the chat. I'm going to stop sharing and stop recording because no one wants to see us take a quiz while watching YouTube. That's pointless. And it's just 5 questions. Just run through it.